lot on tonight as he just finished getting off after our second game. We usually cast about 3 games before we end the evening. Tuesday nights, every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But he is currently sleeping because he's got a very early day tomorrow, which is understandable. And so I'm going to be solo casting this one. But that's really cool because that means I get to scream my brains out, talk super fast so you guys can't understand anything that I'm saying. And it's going to be a wild ride because when I'm solo casting, I just go totally crazy. What color is Irelia? Not banned because, yeah, not banned Irelia. Oh. Is Vortex Clobster? But, yeah, you should ban Irelia if Clobster has anything to say about it. Just ban the Irelia. It's a smart choice. However, if you got something that you can respond to Irelia with, then don't ban it. He's going to take Irelia, and then you can crush him. That's all I'm going to say on that. So, turn the volume down a little bit. But we do have the Kog'Maw, LeBlanc, and Urgot banned. Oh, that's not good for Team Star Wars because they banned the Urgot, which is actually a huge curse on you on the stream. Urgot is the one champion you don't. Hey! Too fast for y'all 2004. What's up? Hello, I'm pretty sure you already this, but my name is Clobster and oh, so Too Fast for y'all 2004 is Clobster? I'm confused. So confused. You guys in here, like, my username and my Twitch name are exactly the same. I make it really easy. You guys are so confusing, but Jake, they banned, I know, they banned the Urgot. Give me admin right now. Why, Vortex? That is the question. Gotta get him out of here. Who's in here that needs to be getting out? We do have the Fiora and Master Yi picked up. So we got a lot of AD. Oh my gosh. Dropping stuff. A lot of AD coming out from Team Can of Noodles. As we have the Graves and Anivia coming out. Ooh, I'm betting that Graves is going to be traded away to Clobster, who loves that Graves. He anti-meta takes him in the top lane on occasion. However, we'll find out if that continues or not. Phantom Gem gets his Anivia! We love it! So happy about that. As the bans for Can of Noodles were those 80 carries of the Twitch and Tristana, which are both very strong right now. And then that Ari in the mid lane is actually a mid laner that I've recently picked up. And I'm playing pretty well. Not great, but pretty well. So, oh, this guy's a memer. You already know this, but my name's Clobster. All of the memes. Nah, it's alright. It's alright. We got memes are okay. We got memes and broken dreams here. This is how we do at Excellency Shoutcasting. So, with the Lucian picked up as well as the Draven picked up, I assume there's going to be no more 80 carry bans. However, we can start to pinch the jungles as Mastery has been picked up for Can of Noodles, which means that we could ban away some of those more powerful tank lines of the Maokai. Instead, it's the Shaco, which is very good at the assassination, actually really good at cleaning up people like the Draven as long as he stays invisible before executing Draven in one swift auto attack from behind. He's going to make this chat into a meme fiestas. I don't know. Hey, Olesia! Welcome, and then goodbye. Welcome, and then goodbye. We already miss you. But glad that you stopped by. Appreciate it. And, oh, the support bans as well. Totally makes sense with the Thresh and Janna. Will Bitcoin ban away another strong Ardent Sensor user, such as the Lulu or the Nami, which is another big one most people miss because she doesn't shield, but she does heal, and Ardent Sensor procs off of those heals and can be extremely powerful. But probably not. It actually goes for the mid lane Syndra, as the mid lane for Can Noodles was not picked up, and Tiger's Nova immediately grabs the Zed, feeling very comfortable on that champion versus Anivia. Now, the nice thing about this Anivia is that she does have that egg form, and so if Zed uses his ult, Anivia's going to survive just fine by going egg form. However, if Anivia doesn't get underneath the turret, when Zed does get her to egg form, we'll be in trouble, as Zed can just continue to do spam spells and usually throws down the ignite on the egg form and just burns it away. So, who bans Shaco? Calametrius Oblivion, welcome to the stream. Not exactly sure who bans the Shaco, but somebody did. Apparently, he lol did. Says, I'm not interested in having that champion part of the team. Don't forget, you can join the Discord down below, chat with your team, make sure you make some epic plays, and I love this Taric pick from Can of Noodles. That is going to be an insanely aggressive bottom lane, and it's going to be up to the Lulu and Lucian to deal with it. So while we are in the final loadout screen, I haven't solo casted in a while, so this will be very interesting. But for Team Star Wars, we've got Big Coin taking the Graves in the jungle, Phantom Temp with the Anivia in the mid lane, of course. Collabster with Lucian in the bottom lane, AD carry role. Fadelol, welcome to the stream, taking Malphite in the top lane, and J1 with the Lulu Ignite. I love the aggression. Bottom lane support role. For Team Can of Noodles, we've got HeHeLolXD once again back with the Fiora for the top lane. Teekers taking the Master Yi for the jungle. Spectre with the Draven in the AD carry role bottom lane. Tigers Nova with the Zed in the mid lane. And last but not least, Austin Soar Dolor with the Taric bottom lane support role. So we've got 3 minutes to chat about this as no communism, no comms, no communism. Discord, everybody, is super, super good, man. I'm just telling you. Let's actually check and see what people are using. Team 1's got the Discord. Team 2 says, nah, no Discord. No Discord needed whatsoever. That's fine. So, both of my champs banned away. The Ladies Master says, I don't know about this, guys. I don't know about this one. Well, hopefully, Team 2 says we don't even need Discord. Screw it. We're so broken. Who even needs Discord? But wait, Resda, aren't you part of Team 1, which is using Discord? Oh! I see what's going on now. Can of Noodles snuck into Team 1, and actually they're all in Team 1, so that's actually Team 2 and Team 1. Yeah, I just noticed that. Now, Tigers Nova is on Team 2, which is Team 1. So, Phantom, if you want to talk to Tigers Nova, who is your... no, Tigers Nova is the one of Team 2's, so whatever. We're talking about the team comps. We've got some crazy meta composition picked up from Star Wars. Malphite, super frontline tank, gonna be really powerful. With Lucian, very strong in the bottom lane, paired up with the Lulu for that extra damage on his auto attacks, gonna be very nice. However, Can of Noodles is so deeply steeped in AD. If Team Star Wars is able to build like Malphite, if he just builds a Thornmail, good position. Because all AD on the side of Team Can of Noodles, Master Yi and Fiora are going to do really strong work. But again, it's all going to come down to how hard can they snowball. Because if they build more AD than the enemy team, then they'll be able to wipe it out. However, if Star Wars gets the armor in before Can of Noodles can truly start to snowball, they should be able to just tank it out. But the Draven and the Fiora both going to be dealing massive damage. Big threats. I think the Jungle Grace is going to have a very difficult time on the ganking. Very strong with the damage, but very little CC. So I think your best bet is going to be to especially post 6 gank Malphite in the top lane, because that ult is going to set up Graves for all of his damage, including that damage. AP Taric. Yeah, maybe, but I'm thinking no. I know that Taric can build a little bit of AP, but you want to go tank, especially considering that no one else on Can of Noodles is a tank. And they're all, like, Zed and Draven especially, can be very squishy champions. You're going to want that tanky frontliner getting in those stuns. I actually played an ARAM with Taric just before starting Shoutcasting tonight, and he is broken as heck with his flash stun. If you set that up, you actually start the stun and then flash in and guarantee land it on somebody. It is one of the strongest flash engages from the support role that you can have, but we'll have to find out if he can do it as we get into the game. And I'm going to take a very short run and grab myself a little bit of water as we load into the game. I'm just going to go ahead and pause the music while I do that. Be right back, guys. Right back as we load into the third game of the night, XSC Shoutcasting. I'm Jake Pelton. BRB. I actually have tea that is hyper steep because it's been sitting in the microwave for the past hour and is actually cooled off quite a bit. But that's okay. I don't even care because we have Draven, which is like the best skin in the entire darn game, right? Right? At least according to me, it's one of the best in the whole game. But loading into game, we are going to start off by looking once again at the fact that the Fountain Towers, 2.5 attack speed, way too darn slow, as well as no movement speed. Are these towers even good for anything? That's my question. And it is Graves in the jungle. You're going to be jungle. Almost perfect lineup. Almost perfect lineup for Team Can of Noodles, making my life very easy. Now, we've seen a couple of cheesy, fun little level 1 invades, some fun stuff going down. I don't think we'll see anything coming up this time around unless Anivia takes the ice stun option first. There's all those pings. Blue team pinging the base says this is what we want. This right here. And they will do anything to get it. As Graves is preparing himself for a potential invade. A little ward there from the Yi into that pixel bush, making sure they can see any invades if it goes down. But it looks like we're just going to have standard starts, which aren't too crazy. Lanes to watch, as for some reason Anivi's in the 80 carry role, which doesn't make any sense. Lanes to watch will be this bottom lane. If Draven starts to get rolling, especially on the aggressive Taric, he's going to steamroll the bottom lane. Lucian, while he does deal a good bit of damage, is considered, at least in my opinion, on the. I don't have my analyst with me. Why is my analyst not here? I'm just a caster. I'm a play-by-play caster, but he's on the squishier side, and so if Draven can get rolling in the bottom lane with the stuns from Taric, it's going to be bad news. The other thing to watch for is the Zed in the mid lane, because that assassination is going to be huge. But that being said, Malphite being able to build something like a Frozen Heart to deal with the slowing attack speeds on the enemy team, Randuin's Omen, things of that nature, would be super good. And I like that Malphite starts off, just go ahead and build some cloth armor. Why not? Why not? Everyone on the enemy team, besides maybe Taric, is 80 carry. Might as well build that cloth armor. But to be fair, I would have rather seen Adorned Shield, which is so much more powerful when you have that health regen. And now, to be true, he can actually still build that when he goes back. He can still build Doran's items. Doesn't have to be your first purchase, but nice little dodge there from the Lucian Klobster. Getting out of that one as the Draven's going to take some good poke. That's actually good damage right back onto him, down to 100 health. Potions pop. Klobster as well, though, sitting at 200 health. J1 needing to get the shields down in the top lane. He looking for a little bit of extra damage. Just poking back and forth. Junglers headed towards their second buff of the game. No fanciness there. As Fadelo in the top lane now starting to get into trouble as the Fiora looking for the last couple of hits. It's first blood by dashing in underneath the turret. But in the bottom lane, Lucian goes hard. The stun has been used by Taric. There is nothing left. Heal has been used by Klobster trying to keep himself alive. That's going to get him out of that one. Exhaust from the Draven, or from the Lulu, trying to finish off the Draven, but cannot yet. Can Taric get Klobster down? Relentless Pursuit gets him out for just a moment. The auto attack's down. Stun's not going to land. The auto attack's no, but that's going to be a kill as J1 picks up because supports need extra kills. In the top lane, the gank from Graves not quite going to get the kill just yet. Fiora is very low health, has started to recall pings down, calling for the help of Yi, but it looks like Graves says, I'm in trouble now, as the double buffs on both these champions are going to be looking for each other. Can Yi get him down? He still has a double. Oh, the flash from the grenade keeps him alive, but Malphite is there. Can he finish off? We won't even be able to see it, as Lucian should be able to finish off one more auto attack. Lulu gets a second kill in the bottom lane. The Lulu's OP, guys. Lulu OP. As Malphite jumped on the top lane, able to walk back to the turret, but very low on minions. So is Fiora, however, as she's going to be trying to farm back up. Wave a little bit heavier on the blue side there, so should be able to get up if she's not solely focused on murdering this Malphite, getting all of those critical strikes in. In the mid lane, fairly quiet. Nivea just slowly farming away. Used one of her potions. Nice little Thunderlord's proc onto Tiger's Nova. Gets him down to about half health. 19 farm, little bit ahead. The control board versus control board doesn't do anything. As Fadelo just going to punch her way back and forth. Fadelo actually came back with no potions. Literally didn't have enough gold, or chose not to buy anything. I hope he gets enough gold for Adoran's shield, as that is just so pertinent on that champion. Oh, might see another Thunderlord's Phantom of Tech getting a little nice poke. No, good wall as well, forcing Zed to dodge around that. As Fable mostly just trying to keep Fiora from farming in the top lane and not doing a great job with it. So, bottom lane, and Lulu has back and picked up an immediate Sightstone as well as refillable pot. And so we'll be very happy with where the start is for her. And the main thing is that Draven, when he died, lost a lot of the stacks on his minions, and that's going to be pretty critical, especially early on. Malphite, I think he'll just heal his way back up. Gotta have those health regen runes and masteries. At least a little bit, taking a good bit of damage. Can Fiora get to that crit strike on the outside? Doesn't look like it, but once she hits level 6, it's going to be a rough time in that lane. Another stun onto the Zed. Thunderlord's proc. Another auto might finish it. The flash from Anivia. Can he do it? He does it! Phantom Attempt gets the solo kill on his Zed in the mid lane. Pre-6. That is just beautiful. Stun onto Klobster. Can they get the Lucian down? Heal has been used from the turret, trying to keep Draven up behind. He is actually very healthy. Not going to be too problematic for that. It is going to be all up to the lifesteal of the Lucian, who is actually ahead on farm of this Draven. The Draven will be able to catch back up in not too much distant future. The problem with the Draven in that last engage was that because he was polymorphed by the Lulu, forced to drop his axes, drops his damage down, not able to do a whole lot. So nicely done from that Lulu, keeping Draven from the full-on engage in the bottom lane. Now, junglers haven't done a whole lot. Klobster did gank the top lane, or not Klobster, but the Graves ganked top lane a little bit, but here comes Yi towards the bottom lane. Nice stand aside on the Lulu. Shield keeping herself up for a moment. Stun going to go down, but they are deep underneath this turret. Yi doesn't feel like going in. Unconfident, and Spectre loses a ton of health. Klobster not quite the mana, but he's going to go in anyway. Double auto attack, seal force out. Exhaust from the Tark onto Klobster, and Yi coming right back in. Says this is more of what I'm looking for. Exhaust under the Yi actually keeps him as well as the extra shots from the turret. And that's going to be the Yi having to be backed off once again. A crazy plays down here as Zed's turn to look for the assassination as Graves is returning towards the top lane. But Zed doesn't care about turrets because he can just reset, and Exhaust has already been used. Comes in just for the Ignite. Can the shield from Lulu save the Lucian? He does for the moment longer. There's the ult from the Fiora onto the Graves. Hasn't been able to pick up the fourth one yet. And Graves will continue to hold the top lane turret. Klobster playing a nice edge down here in the bottom lane. Has baited the mid laner and the jungle, and no one has been able to take him out as he continues to farm. Now 7 farm over the Draven, which isn't the end of the world, but still huge when it talks about just the confidence of being able to play and knowing the limits of your champion, and even more, trusting the support of this Lulu. Phantom Attempt now with level 6, going to be able to start stacking up that farm in the mid lane. Down 10, but no surprise as that is how Fiora does in the early game. Tyr also picked up Stun, not quite going to land. He does Shadow Dance just before. Nice little wall there, keeps him in one spot. Tiger Noah trying to get the kill. Oh, he might actually be able to get it with the ult. He does with the Thunderbolts back at the end of the ult. I cannot believe what Phantom Attempt just did on Tiger's Nova in the mid lane. Yeah, exactly. That's the way to respond. That literally just made me cry because that was amazing. Might be a highlight for this week because seriously OP as Hugh Lol looking for the last couple dash smacks onto Fade Lol, prepping those critical strikes. But farm-wise alone, Malphite down about 10. Not terrible. Looks like he's going to be going... actually, not quite positive. That is the Raptor Cloak. One would think that he would just go straight Thornmails early, but we'll have to see what he decides to continue to build. As Fiora is going to get the slowdown. Parry not going to do all that much. Spectre going to take a little bit of damage from that Lucian. Still only at 2 assists. Only focused on that farm in the bottom lane. As Vamp Scepter's the start for both of these AD carries looking for the sustain in that bottom lane. Malphite just in a spot of trouble as Fiora continues to dash in, get the smack, and then dash right back out. Nice little run this pursuit from the Lucian to dodge the stun from the Taric. Nicely played there. The shield from Malphite coming in huge as his passive to keep him up despite Fiora's continued damage as she dashes in and out, in and out. He looks like he wants to gank bot lane once again. Just going to find some wards and probably back off. Oh, the ward actually went down just a moment ago from Clubster. Stand aside immediately. The flash is on. That's what I'm talking about. Engage, use. Clubster has flashed underneath the turret. There's the culling. Can't be stopped onto the Yeet, who just flashes in for the last little bit of damage. Teaxer's able to get a nice cleanup kill on the Lucian, who tried very, very hard. Flash and heal both used. Still went down despite everything. I think even, no, Wild Growth not used from the Lulu. And that's the saddest thing, is he moved so far away from Lulu, she could not Wild Growth, which is a very important thing. You need to be around your support so they can do stuff. Flash use from the Fiora, but Malphite Flash ulting in. That should be able to guarantee the kill. And Bitcoin picks that one up. And Nivea hanging out inside the ult, but won't be enough. Zed finally gets his revenge kill in the mid lane. Now, this is slightly understandable simply because Anivia has very little to no AP just yet. Literally has built just mana, and more mana so far this game. And so once she's able to actually start stacking some ability power, those abilities are going to be super painful to sit in. But that usually doesn't make it until about the 25-minute mark. That in the meantime, much more of an earlier Assassination Champion does get his first kill as he's got that serrated dirt. Looking for a little more damage. Tiamat finished from the Fiora, but even farming the top lane, Can of Noodles looking for this Ocean Drake. Should be able to pick it up without much contention. Pings there onto it, but more just agreeing that, yeah, they are there. Double buff on the Graves. Should be able to escape for a moment on Fiora. Lucian looking for the Yi. Will pick it up. In the meantime, a nice flash from Graves. Keep himself alive. Stand aside, stopping Clobster from the extra damage. His Spectre has been exhausted. Jay looking for it, but with no mana, not able to do a whole lot. Can Bitcoin get it? He does! Big plays from Bitcoin in the top lane, as the Taric should be able to go down. Auto attack's not going to be able to do a whole lot. And now Anivia here, Phantom of Temp with the slows, Flash Force out from the Draven, might be able to keep him alive. It looks like he will be able to escape, but with both of those down, he will be far more susceptible to be killed next time they are in lane. And very slowly but surely, Team Star Wars has pulled themselves into a bit of a lead. Alpha like, oh, I had an ally here. But now he's no longer here. Zed, 2-2. Slower to start stacking these things up. And Nivea looking for that solo gold on this turret in the mid lane. A nice little stun straight onto the Zed from jumping to his shadow. I think that actually resets. No, it doesn't. That's very nice. Very nice. Very nice. I need to use that a little bit more often when it comes down to teamfights itself. Level 6 from the bot lane, actually level 7 for Team Star Wars, but level 6 for the bot lane of Can of Noodles. Which means Taric now has that option of the ultimate to stop the damage, but Clobster with no mana looks like they just want to disengage on that one. Heal from Taric used because it's so little mana, why not? Graves looking for a gank onto Zed in the mid lane. Stun's not quick. Oh, very close actually as he returned for that. Slow will land, but Graves looking for the last little bit of damage, forcing him to return the sorry, not Chaos. Cataclysm. Not Cataclysm. I don't even remember what it's called. But there is going to be the Fiora coming down. It's going to find two. Harry not quite going to land anything. Zed around the corner. Actually going to click on Graves and check real fast. Collateral damage. That's right. As the rest of the damage, nice Wild Growth keeps Bitcoin alive for the moment as he's trying to finish it off. Yeek, a nice little bit of picking up the Rift Herald in the meantime. Ult from Tark has been used, but that is just too little, too late as comes off. And that is a 4-kill over to Star Wars as they want the ace going in on Yi. Fable coming in at the perfect time. And because I'm solo casting, I'm actually going to back this one up, and we're going to watch that one again when the cat got my tongue and I wasn't able to talk about it because the Taric does a nice ult here to start things off. Wild Growth there to kind of keep Clobster alive. Not Clobster, I keep on calling Clobster, but Bitcoin alive. Grenade going to come back, just damage the minions. And then this Bitcoin is very low health. Fiora wants in to be able to finish him off. Tries to get in, gets the auto attack down, but the turret ultimate has been finished off and just edges into the Anivia ultimate, slowing her down, allowing Clobster to get it in. Alpha already ulted to finish off the Zed who was hanging around to the side, and that's going to be a beautiful cleaned up 4-kill. He almost kills himself by going in on the minions, but I do believe he escapes as he's just too fast. Yeah, Fable says, alright, I'll back off from this, and we'll instead get in the mid lane middle or first tier turret, which is extremely strong for the Graves to be able to roam around very comfortably and not have to worry about this turret. Top turret already gone down, and we very quickly have a 3,000 gold lead for Team Star Wars, which is awesome because I love Star Wars. I love Star Wars. Hey, Sneaky Nidalee is auto-hosting me for 5 viewers. Thank you, Sneaky Nidalee. Appreciate that a lot. I guess you just finished streaming. Or I hope your stream was good. Probably was playing Overwatch. Sneaky Nidalee, if you guys don't know her, which you probably don't, is a really good Overwatch player. I do enjoy watching her from time to time, even though I don't play myself. As Fable is going to be engaged upon down to half health, Bitcoin off to the side, but with that Zed ultimate should be able to go down, but Lulu's here for the save. Can they get the turn? Tarek with the shield, keeping him alive for a moment. Faithful able to walk away, which is incredible. Shows the power of that Lulu support, who has not yet gotten the Ardent Sensor. It doesn't matter. Tarek's not going to land. Zed now in a big spot of trouble. Exhaust goes down. The damage is real. Graves picks up 2. And now Draven going to get stunned out of attempt. This is why you cannot give this guy the Nivea champion. He is a monster on it. 3, 1, and 5. When I did hit that different view, everything ran around. Rev Herald onto this middle turret, and Yi may be able to clean it up. This is the backdoor Yi that we've seen before, and we hate so much. Has been slowed, stunned, not quite going to land. Flash used, trying to keep himself alive. Doesn't even use the ult just yet, which actually stops a lot of slows. There goes the culling from the Lucian, but has no mana. He goes right back in, cannot be slowed. But he actually dies before he can get the Q off, which is terribly sad to see, but it does happen. And in the top lane, Fiora starting to get engaged upon. Malphite getting that great slow. Knows that he's dead. He just says, that's it. I'll accept my fate. And goes down. 16 kills, 5,000 gold in the lead. Star Wars looking really good. Most importantly, because of those Graves ganks in the top lane, getting Malphite rolling, so then he could rotate towards the mid lane. As I said, you don't need to build magic resist because everyone on the enemy team is AD carry, and thus we got the Bramble Vest going into that Thornmail for the Malphite. Rest of the team looking for more of that straight damage route, as Ardent Sensor has been started, picking up the Forbidden Idol for that Lulu, which will be very powerful on Lucian once we get to some of these mid lane fights. Malphite feeling so confident, he actually already bought a pot, as Teaxer is looking for the damage, but he's literally killing himself on the Malphite with that Bramble Vest. In the meantime, Fiora going heavy, flashes the Malphite, trying to get the last little bit of hits onto the Graves, but just going to find himself a Nivea. And that's why, when you get to this stage of the game, you've got towers going down, you got to group. Move around as a 4-man squad from lane to lane. Super helpful. Then we have 10 Bitcoin moving in onto this turret. The Draven just around the corner. You're gonna get stunned! Oh, this Nivea is so good. But the wall actually separates the two teams. Not the wall you wanted. Tried to put it down to keep Draven from being able to get back to the Tarek. However, he did flash and was able to get over it without even knowing the wall was coming down. As Zed now starting the assassination mode. Picking up a kill onto the Graves. There's a squishy Lulu here. He's coming around the side. They might be able to pick up these two with a 4v2 lead. But nice wall from Anivius. Puts that whole thing to a stop. It is an Infernal Drake, which is the next one up, which would be huge for either team. Looks like he's the one who decides that they want it. And are going to start it up. Lucian is just off to this side. Look at the damage! Oh, that's the jungler gone. As all it takes is that one ward that was placed there earlier. Beautifully done from Star Wars. Gets the vision on the Yi, and Nivea gets the slows immediately into the culling from the Lucian, and now they're the ones who are going to start up. Zed off to the side. Looks like he's going to try to steal this one as the slip with Fiora continues to try to get this turret down, but Malphite tank should be there in time to stop that. Nivea actually wasn't able to do much there. Tark flashing in is going to be able to get a stun on. No, he can't because he's polymorph. Throws down the ult. Going to be enough time to save the Draven, but he sticks around way too long and gets taken out nonetheless. And Infernal was actually kept alive long enough for Bitcoin on the Jungle Graves to show up. And now he's Jungle Graves going to show up for Tiger's Nova as he dodges both of the... Alright, hang on. Again, I'm solo casting this one, so I don't even care. I can do this. Alright. Auto attack throws out that thing. He's going to go back to the tower. He doesn't go back to the tower, and I still AoE from Tiger's Nova, but it does almost no damage. Another auto attack, and look at that, just walks right between both shurikens from Tiger's Nova, and Lucian tries to steal it, but Bitcoin gets it when Zed flashes fancily, still goes down anyway. So crazy, just crazy, just crazy. That's all I gotta say about that. Ye will find Bitcoin, but this is not a fight that you want. This Graves is massive. Now 6-3, crushing this game. As Lucian has also snuck into a really high lead, 7-1 on those kills, being able to make use of the rest of his team. And yeah, this Malphite has so much armor. Literally, Fiora is killing herself attacking him. And left stealing back up due to the ultimate. Will it be enough? Wants to dash in and get the crit strike. Hasn't been able to get it just yet. No. Malphite just literally autos her to death. That's just crazy. For sure, I was inting that last game. Well, hey, don't let us know what that game finishes off. We're not done with the game just yet. We are still, as viewers, enjoying and watching the game. But glad you could play, and we're definitely excited to see you in future games as well, because come back next Tuesday and play again. We'd love to have people come back and show what they got. Everyone's got a bad game. It happens as he's going to go in, and it looks like it's going to be a bad game for him as he... I want to say he actually grabbed the red buff, smited it away, was able to get that, and the Malphite killed him, picking up red buff, and now Zed wants it. He's going to get the return on the red buff. No, he won't, because Wild Growth from Lulu keeps the Fade Bolt alive. Tiger's Nova just spamming a little bit of extra damage. Target trying to get the stun down, but not even close, and now he's getting engaged upon by Graves, who just dashes off to the side. Can he be touched by anything? As Spectre gets nice damage in. Collateral damage not quite going to be enough. Tiger's Nova with the Polymorph being forced to get out of that one. And Nivea, the ultimate, in a perfect spot. Stun from Tarek, keeping everyone away for a moment. But the heal from Tarek, not even close to enough as Draven goes down again. And this game, while it started off very evenly, has now just completely gone in favor of Star Wars, carrying it through. The next dragon will actually be another Infernal, which is insane. Just insane. Draven, not enough to carry this game. But Lucian, Graves, might be enough. Which one were you, Wah? I think Wah is Bitcoin on the Graves, which was... Well, so far, he's been playing insanely good. As Nivea will pick up the turret. Another kill, but this one going up to Lulu, who has not died yet. 3-0-13 in this game. Fiora going to be able to pick up a turret in the bottom lane. That split push Fiora coming up pretty big. Bitcoin actually might go down to the Baron. He's trying to stick around close enough for the smite, but doesn't even have it. Decides to back off. Oh, Zed picking up one, but Malphite will end it before he can get another one. As Fiora picks up 2 turrets in the bot lane, happy with that. Will back off, just trying to keep people alive in the turret games. Yi, the top lane backdoor, will pick up 1 turret as well. Definitely have turret killing champions in the Fiora and Yi with those 80 carries, or with that 80 powerhouse, but they haven't been able to opportunity to use it. Haven't had opportunity to get anything other than those outers and that bottom second tier turret, which means they're actually tied in turrets at the moment. However, it is that mid second tier that is down for Can of Noodles, and that's what's giving Star Wars the comfortability to just push the different waves, get wards down in the different jungles. Stun from Tark, not quite going to land. Actually, flashes, he's that afraid of losing his life and getting stunned up by the Anivia. Then getting a little bit of poke damage onto the Lulu. Tark getting a nice stun, but no follow-up as the rest of the team just trying to clear these Baron-empowered minions, which will still be here for another, I believe, 2 minutes at this point. Heal on to Tarek, trying to keep himself safe, and the stun means Phantom of Temp is able to pick one up with the Thunderlord's proc. And Yi getting engaged upon by Graves over to the side. Can anyone stop this monster? As Yi's not going to be able to. Wild Growth keeps him alive, and he dodges off to the side. Oh my goodness, Zed even follows him through, but still not enough. And 4 kills very quickly over as Fiora is trying to counter this push in the mid lane with a push in the bottom lane. But with the Baron buff and the tank Malphite, they can just keep going. There's no reason to stop. Fiora is on their bottom lane turret, but it's not going to be that big of a deal when they could practically win the game. The main thing right now is for Turk not to die and to wait for one of his carries to come up. However, even with the stun, oh, it is a surrender. Oh, it's surrender. You guys can't surrender, even if the game is over at that point. The game is never over until it's over. At least in my opinion. But yeah, that game was even until it wasn't. And then it was really rough. Rough. Calamitra Oblivion, thank you for following. If I didn't already mention that, appreciate it a lot. No, you should not surrender. Best great girl. I know you, technically speaking, in tournament games can surrender, but me personally, I prefer not to surrender. I play it out all the way to the end. All the way to the end. Through the grace, I would have been banned from the stream for flaming you. You can't flame! Don't flame! All of the inting. But we are going to do a very brief. I'm not as good as Wraith on MVPs and honorable mentions, so forgive me for trying to do what I can. But for the losing team, red team, MVP, I think I'm going to give it over to... This is a tough one. Because it's not always about kills. I think in this case, I am going to give it to Tigers Nova, and the reason being that Tigers Nova, at least early on, even though gave 2 kills over, was able to pick up a couple kills back, and was really good about roaming the map and looking for low health people to assassinate. And so died a bunch, as Squishy said, if not truly surprising, but still made some pretty decent plays. But it was mostly because of the roaming that was able to help top lane as well as keep the Anivia in the mid lane down as much as possible. But in the end, still like was not enough because that Anivia became a super monster. Oh, and I went Raptor's Cloak for the movement speed to get back to lane. Oh, and in case you went Rock to keep the lane pushed. Okay, that makes sense. Close. Fiesta bot lane, yeah, pretty much. Honorable mentions for the losing team. I think I'm probably going to give it over to Fiora on lol. And the reason being that Fiora kept the lane. Oh, somebody followed. I appreciate that. Hey, BK Jung PK. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. So the Fiora got the honorable mention, the reason being that Fiora kept the lane extremely pushed, and several times was actually winning until Malphite got several armor items underneath his belt, was winning the top lane, but it was those ganks from the Graves that really set that Fiora back. And that's why you need those wards, make sure that you can't get ganked, but also good from Bitcoin for those. Now, this is really tough for the winning team because so many people played really well in so many different arenas, and so it's really hard to like pick one. And I really, like everyone is saying it, and I really want to give it to the Lulu for never dying in a crazy game. So, hang on. Oh, I just sat top, yeah, for like 3 levels. So pretty much. That's what I'm talking about, the Graves ganking. But I do think I am going to give MVP over to Bitcoin, and the reason is for being insanely active. Like, literally one of the most active junglers we've had on the stream in a while on ganks. Got his 2 buffs, immediately ganked top. Return ganked top, ganked mid, ganked bot, return ganked top. Was so darn active on those ganks. But I'm also going to give MVP over to J1. I really want to give an MVP to Phantom of 10. Like, absolutely super want to give MVP to Phantom of 10, as well as a huge MVP to Fade Wool. But I will just do shout-outs to both of those. And the reason why I'm going to break it down a little bit for you guys, I like to do the breakdown so that way you can hear why people are getting honored for the different things they're getting and why they did well, what they did well. The Lulu, the main thing was kept Lucian alive. you need to have your AD carry, especially Lucian, a duelist who wants to be dealing damage and wants to be in the enemy team's face using Relentless Pursuit. Need to keep him alive, especially through the early game. And then late game is when you cash in on everything that you've invested, and Lucian can carry the game. In this particular case, he was tied with two other people with even kills, but still we can actually look at the damage graphs. Did do decent work. Though the main thing is on that Anivia. I mean, we have already talked about the greatest, but the Anivia played just insanely immaculate, timing those stuns several times. Actually placed it on the Zed's shadow in case he went back to the shadow, could immediately stun him. Several times forced a lot of flashes out of people with those stuns and with those walls. A couple time or two, a little bit off, but for the most part, those walls were perfect for engaging or disengaging and basically forcing people into fights. And last but not least, I do also want to mention that the Malphite, for staying alive despite being so down for so long, and still ended up with a pretty darn good amount of farm too. It's one of the things that if you die and if you're set back really hard in lane, it's very hard to come back from that, and that you can get into, you can get crazy. But you can just kind of get snowballed in a bad way into losing. However, did not let Fiora's power distract him and just kept building armor, kept going up, played as safe as he could, got what farm that he could, waited for Graves to gank, and was able to then become a huge frontline tank, picking up kills in that major team fight that happened in the mid lane, where it was a near ace, Yi the only one who was able to escape with his life. So that will be the MVPs and honorable mentions in the game. So I demand a rematch. Couldn't do 20-0. Well, Wham, you will get your rematch next week when you guys come back. Calamitius, I promise you that if you keep coming back to the stream, you will get your Shaco, because you get a lot of people that play, and as long as you're here when your friends aren't on, no one's going to know what you play. And so you're going to be able to pick up your Shaco eventually. Would love to see that Shaco. I was going to get 30. Only went 40. Wanted to get 30. I want to see it happen. Want to see it happen. And the Tigers, yes, we are quite. This is the third and last game of the night, but I appreciate you jumping on and watching nonetheless. The Tigers is awesome, guys. I know she doesn't stream very often.